We're back with a friend of mine that I haven't seen in quite some time, Phil Albert with Pelco. In fact, Mr. Pelco, it's good to have you here.
Thank you, Sam.
You're also a member of the Board of Regents for the state of Oklahoma.
For the University of Oklahoma.
University of
Very
Oklahoma.
proud of that.
Man, you're a busy fellow. In the middle chair, and I want you to take a look at this young lady, if we can get a camera shot. Edan Cole is her name. I'll tell you in just a minute what she does professionally, because you're not going to believe it. And we also have Michelle Bish, who's the Executive Director of Northeast Oklahoma's Development Board. And I got to tell you something, your umbrella group, if I got this right, is doing incredible things. Name the group.
Oklahoma Works. We're a part of the public workforce.
Now, you know, a lot of folks have heard that, Oklahoma Works, but they're not quite sure what it is. Help us out.
Sure. We're part of the public workforce system, a nationwide federally funded initiative to help businesses like Pelco here in Northeast Oklahoma.
It's ironic that you're here. Just last week, I spoke with a couple of men who are contractors, and they said for the first time in their memories, these are older gentlemen, but for the first time in their memories, they're having trouble finding framers. And I thought about that for a minute, mentioned to a friend of mine. He said, I'll take you a step further. Aircraft mechanics are in demand too. And all of a sudden, I began to realize there's a demand for folk in the workforce. I mean, it's everywhere. Mm-hmm. It's not just just in one plot. And you, child, and I don't mean that disrespectfully,
You're okay.
but you do not look like what you are. You're a welder, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
No burn marks?
I have a lot of burn marks.
Oh.
I do.
How did it start for you?
The burn marks
No,
or welding?
the welding. I know how you got the burn marks, for goodness sake. How did you get into welding?
When I was in high school, I had the opportunity to weld, and I took the opportunity, and I liked doing it, so I furthered it.
Okay, now I'm going to pause you here for a minute. You figure in to this equation in a rather incredible way, because she works for you now, does she not?
She does indeed.
And she was schooled through this program.
That's true.
To fit the needs that you have.
It's absolutely right. So nothing has changed in our workforce today, Sam, and people are still the secret sauce. But people have to be prepared. What you'll find out about manufacturing, and I think it's true across the board in a lot of fields, is that we don't have any unskilled positions anymore. So you can't just simply get a job and learn how to do something without some training. Hence Oklahoma Works. I think it will be one of Governor Fallon's greatest legacies. But it's a program that was beneficial and timely, and it's been extremely successful at Pelco. Well,
I have to tell you, the more I learn about it, the more value I see in it, because just like the carpenters or contractors, just like the aircraft folk, I can see needs being met with this organization. Now, before we go any further, we have a picture that I'm going to show the folk at home.
Okay.
You ready for this?
Go
Take a look
for
at the monitor and explain to me what we're seeing here.
I am sitting in Governor Fallon's chair.
The official
Yes.
chair. Did you ever think you'd be there?
No. Not
How'd you
even
like it?
close. It was a different feeling. I never thought that I would be in that position, and it was pretty exciting.
Why were you there?
I was getting a plaque stating how successful I was for doing what I was doing and going through the program that I was going through, and how successful I've been from there.
Well, I have to tell you, yours is an incredible and remarkable story, and I salute you for pursuing your goal. You deserve full credit on this. Phil, are there others that you've worked with who've come into your company?
You know, last year was the first year that we've had an apprentice class at Pelco. It was so successful, the experience was for us last year, that we're doubling the size of that apprentice class this spring. I can't underscore for you, Sam, how important a workforce pipeline is for a business like mine. And so the work that Michelle does, the work that's done behind the scenes with our human resource department, all of the efforts that were put in place to make this partnership for us successful, it's indescribable, the hours that were put in. We're partnered with Northeast Technology Center here in Claremore and Pryor. And you know, one of the constant criticisms that I've had of Career Tech is that they're not teaching the kinds of things that I'm using in my business, things that are relevant to my business. To the credit of Northeast Technology Center, they sent their instructors into my facility for a month before we started this apprenticeship program to learn what we do at Pelco and the way we do it. So when we started the program, and Michelle, you can maybe put some definition around this. When we started the program, all of these apprentices spent 4 weeks at Northeast Technology Center getting classroom training. And then they would come and spend 4 weeks at Pelco, and then we kind of mixed it up toward the end, didn't we? Maybe you could talk a little bit about that as well.
Well, we started at NTC, and then when we got back, we did more one-on-one. And then when they felt comfortable enough for us to go and work on our own, that's what we did. And so when something came along that we didn't know, we'd have help, so that's how we would learn.
Someone to turn to that could
Yes.
show you the way, sure.
Yes, and there's a lot of people there that are willing to help. You just got to ask.
That's right.
You know, I've always admired this man. He and I have talked before, and I've long been off in the corner as an admirer of all that he's accomplished in his life. Folks like you also deserve special recognition. Because I got to tell you something, you pursued a dream here. You could sense the success that completion would bring. And you stayed with it, you took the licks, you went home tired, you ran a household, you took care of a child, and you did it.
Yep.
And for that, I salute you.
Thank you.
Great job, great job. What's next for this wonderful organization?
Well, what you hear here between Mr. Albert and Eden is a customizable approach at workforce development. So we don't have a rubber stamp because what worked at Pelco may not work at the next, it doesn't even have to be a manufacturing plant, it can be in any industry. So it's customizable. We're looking at work-based learning opportunities like registered apprenticeships, on-the-job training pieces where we work with our education partners to align a training that fits that employer's needs, and we blend our funding in with the employers to provide them with the program that they need.
So you've got your ear then to the marketplace. You hear exactly what the needs are, and you're able to rise to meet those needs.
That's exactly our job. We are a convener of these types of conversations, collaborator between business and education to make sure that we have a talent pipeline that meets the needs of businesses in Northeast Oklahoma.
Now Michelle, turn it into dollars for Sam. So Eden came into this program at an entry-level rate of $12 an hour. She finishes this program at $18 an hour with the skills to do anything she wants to do, anywhere she wants to do it. The key is we want to keep her at Pelco.
You heard that, and
Yep.
we've got it on tape,
Yep.
okay? We got about a minute and a half. What's ahead for the company? Because I know the last time we talked, you were talking about growth.
Good things are happening for us. We're involved in a number of projects right now in Southern California, addressing wildfires, actually hardening utility systems that have been damaged because of the wildfires and the floods that we've been reading about for the last number of months. We continue to work in the renewable space. Our largest client is a national renewable company that will spend $32 billion in the next 24 months developing wind assets across the continental U.S. And we're an infrastructure provider for that kind of growth. Here in Oklahoma alone, you're going to see wind development of over $1 billion in that period of time.
That's
so
amazing.
Exciting things happening, Sam.
Amazing. We're talking, what was it, Tip O'Neill once said, million here, million there. Pretty soon you're talking serious money, but now we're talking billions.
Billions, that's right.
Billions with a B. Well, I
Yes,
want to
sir.
thank all three of you for taking time, and I'd like to have you come back and let's talk some more about the overall organization, because I think even though that we have a lot of manufacturers in this part of the country, there might be some out there not really aware of you and aware of what you're able to do for them to help with that bottom line. And thank you, and
Thank you.
congratulations to you. Bill, it's good to see you.
Good to see you,
buddy.
sir. Thanks.
You take care of you. Tell the wife.
Will do.
Okay. That's all the time we have for this edition of Perspectives. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time.